Atheist Bible Study number 8. I am your host, Joe Dixon, and we are going to do the story of Jacob and Rachel, those wacky kids and their loving lives. Anyway, alright, so since it's Atheist Bible Study, before we begin, we have our traditional drink. You like this? Nice little glass? Like this? Good stuff. Let's have another one. Alright. So, Jacob went on his journey and came into the land of the people of the east. And as he looked, he saw a well in a field, and there flocks of sheep lying by him. This story starting off great, real exciting stuff. It was the well from which the flocks were watered, and a great stone was upon its mouth. When all the flocks were gathered around it, the shepherds would roll the stone from the well's mouth, water the sheep, and then put the stone back upon the well's mouth. Jacob said to the shepherds, "My brothers, where are you from?" "We are from Haran," they said. "Do you know Laban, the son of Nahor?" he asked them. They said, "We know him." "Is all well with him?" Jacob said. I don't know why his voice keeps going up and down. They said, "All is well with him, and see, there is Rachel, his daughter, coming with the sheep." While they were talking, Rachel came with her father's sheep, for she looked after them. Because that's what girls do, they look after sheep. Bringing in the sheep, bringing in the sheep, we will come together, bringing in the sheep. All right, and when Jacob saw Rachel, the daughter of Laban, his mother's brother, that makes her his cousin, and saw Laban's sheep, he rolled away the stone which covered the well's mouth and watered the flock of Laban. Then Jacob kissed Rachel. Ugh. Hopefully not on the mouth. Then Jacob kissed Rachel and lifted up his voice and wept. He told Rachel that he was her father's kin and Rebekah's son. And leaving the sheep, Rachel ran and told her father. She said, "Oh my God, this man kissed me. He said he's related to us, Daddy." Laban hastened out to meet Jacob, his sister's son, his nephew, and embraced him and kissed him. Ooh, they love the kissing. Not the washing of the feet. Where's the washing of the feet? And he brought him to his house. Jacob told Laban all the things that had happened to him. And Laban said to him, "Surely you are my bone and flesh." My bone and flesh, give me that. And when Jacob had stayed with him for a month, Laban said to him, "Because you are my kin, should you work for me for nothing? Tell me, what shall your wages be?" Now Laban had 2 daughters. Now this is where it gets good. Laban had 2 daughters. The name of the elder was Leah, and the name of the younger was Rachel. Leah was plain, but Rachel was very beautiful and pleasing to look upon. Jacob loved Rachel, so he said, "I will work for you for 7 years I will work for you for 7 years if at the end of that time you give me Rachel, your daughter." Wow. Now, all right, imagine the man said this to you. "Listen, I'll work for you for a couple of years, and then I get your daughter. Is that cool? I'm gonna work for you a couple of years, and then I get your daughter. You know what I'm saying?" Now, what would your reaction be? Would your reaction be like, "Oh, sure, my daughter's currency. I'm gonna have you fuck my daughter. Yeah, sure, I'm gonna set that up for you." Because curiously enough, that is the reaction. All right, here we go. All right. Then Laban said, "It is better that I give her to you than to any other man. Stay with me. Yes, it's better that I give you to your cousin. They're related, for pity's sake." All right. I'm gonna give you to your cousin. Why not? Does she have a say in this? Apparently not. Hilarious. So Jacob served 7 years for Rachel, and they seemed to him but a few days because he loved her. Does she love him? No one knows, but he loves her. Why? We don't know. She has no personality. We really don't find her. We know she keeps care of sheep, and he's in love with her. That's you know how hot that is. That's what they have in Playboy, right? With the chicks with the sheep. Oh, that's so. Oh, have you? Oh, she's with sheep. She's with sheep. That's so fucking hot. So Jacob seeks to leave Laban. All right. So at the end of 7 years, Jacob said to Laban, "Give me my wife, for I have fulfilled our agreement." And Laban prepared a wedding feast. But that evening, in the darkness, Laban brought Leah to Jacob, and he married her. Now, of course, married her in this particular version of the Bible means he fucked her. But they don't want to say that, so I'll say he married her. Wink. I'm sorry. I've read all this and I haven't had a beverage, an adult beverage. All right, so back to this. All right. Laban brought Leah to Jacob and he married her, believing she was Rachel. When Jacob discovered that he had deceived, he said to Laban, first of all, before he gets into what he said to Laban about being deceived, how does he not know who he's having sex with? What is it? I can't tell one woman from another. I don't know. Was he giving it to her in the butt? Is that how that story happened? Is that anal? Is that, because he says, listen, I'll read it again. Laban brought Leah to Jacob and he married her, believing she was Rachel. He did not know who he was with and married her, of course. He brought her to her, so they were in the dark. So the marriage wasn't in the dark. That means they had sex in the dark. First of all, I don't know about you, but I kind of like to see what the goods are. So you think he'd like take her out to the moonlight or something, just to be able to see what he's getting. But he's like, I don't care. I'll fuck anything. Just bring a sheep, a cow, a donkey in here. I'm gonna put my dick in it. All right. It's just weird, don't you think? Because you think he'd figure this out. All right. And you can't tell one woman from the other. It's like, oh, it must have been anal, I'm assuming. I'm just guessing. Anyway. So he finds out that Laban has deceived him. He says, he said to Laban, Laban, what have you done to me? Did I not serve you for Rachel? Laban said, in our land it is not right to marry off the younger before the firstborn. But if you will promise to serve me for yet 7 more years, I will give you Rachel too as a wife. So Jacob took Rachel as his wife, also, as it was custom at that time for a man to have more than one wife. That's where the Mormons get it. That's where it. All right. I was like, where do they get this idea to get married? All right, so there you go. Because you can you can have all sorts of women. I don't know. Right. He served Laban for 7 more years, and he loved Rachel more than Leah. Rachel did not bear any children and was unhappy. Oh, tear. But Leah gave Jacob many sons. Leah gave Jacob many sons. Then the Lord took pity on Rachel and allowed her to bear a son. And she named her son Joseph, which is, by the way, the best name ever.